One word I often see used when people are talking about guitar comparisons or their own guitars themselves is the word versatility. It's very important to a lot of players to have versatility, but is it really needed? What are the benefits of having a versatile guitar? What are some of the potential drawbacks of it? And is there a way to make a guitar you already have slightly more versatile without modifying anything on it? That's what we're going to be going over in today's video. But to begin with, I'm going to be showing you my most versatile guitar, and it's not this one. And that guitar would be this one, the Fender Troublemaker Telecaster. And there's a few reasons for that. To begin with, it does have the coil splits, and many other guitars will have that. It's not exclusive to this guitar. However, the fact that it's independent for each pickup is a gigantic plus. And on top of that, they actually sound good when in single coil mode. I cannot say that about all pickups that are capable of doing that from the factory. I prepared a short clip here to show you just by maneuvering the volume knobs on the guitar itself as well as splitting the coils. I have the Friedman that is baseline tone, pretty darn dirty, dirtier than I would like to set it, just to show you how strong that those two tools can be when used in conjunction with each other, using the volume knobs and splitting the coils. Now in that specific example, I was really just scratching the surface, and obviously I didn't go over every possible tone with this guitar. I wanted to try and keep it brief but emphatic. The fact that even with extreme amp settings, as far as the amount of gain that I had going into what I would normally play, the power of the volume knob on the guitar, as well as some of the actual dynamics of the picking, can make a gigantic difference, and the guitar really can do so many other things. But it's not exclusive to this guitar. It's not a sales pitch for this guitar, because on the market right now there are a plethora of options if you want something that has similar features to this. One brand that many people will run to that has something this guitar does not: PRS. You have a custom 24. You're also going to get the two humbucking pickups that are able to be split, but you're gonna have the tremolo system, and that can add even more to it. But what's the point of all of it? Really, There are two main applications where it makes a lot of sense to have a very versatile guitar as far as all these other features go. If you are gigging in a band that is a cover band, or you cover a ton of different genres in your same set list and you don't want to play guitar musical chairs, then yeah, having a versatile guitar that you don't need to switch, that's reliable, is a godsend for that. Trust me. And the second one would be in a recording studio, is a guitar that if somebody brings in their instrument or you bring in your instrument and maybe it's just not cutting it, or you run into a problem with it, whether it's electrical, you break a string, you have that versatile guitar in the studio that will be able to pull the other guitar's weight. Maybe it won't be absolutely perfect, which is something we're going to get to in a second, but it'll absolutely get the job done. But what if neither of those situations apply to you or matter to you at all? Is it really that important then how versatile a guitar is? I can think of a few instances where it would be kind of a nice thing to have. Maybe if you're trying to figure out what kind of sound you really like, it could get you in the right direction. Hey, you know what? Maybe I do kind of think I am a rocker, but at the end of the day, I find myself playing more single coil stuff. You know what guitar to look for later on. Or if you're somebody that's just having fun playing around the house, this is completely a hobby to you, something that you do for just sheer enjoyment. It is really cool, especially combined with the fact that we have so many cool modeling amplifiers. We have so many cool things like the Line 6 Helix, the HX Stomp, the Neural DSP Quad Cortex, and that's not even touching all of the millions of plugins that are available via the computer that you could jam along to some of your favorite songs with. If you have a guitar that has all those extra features on it, you can get a lot of cool sounds without spending the money on having 8 guitars lying around and making sure they all have fresh strings on them. However, in my opinion, I don't think it's something that you should really put too much focus on unless you're doing this professionally, whether that is in a recording studio or you are playing those extended cover gigs. The most important thing in a guitar is not how many things it can do, it's how much do you enjoy the things that it does well. Alright, we switch back to the JV Telecaster. In the beginning of this video, I mentioned some things you could do to make a guitar you already have slightly more versatile without modifying it. The first thing we're going to do is explore the tone knob of the guitar. I'm going to give you a very, very, very common application for it with a Telecaster. It could also be used on other instruments as well. Now, to me, the Fender Telecaster is the greatest electric guitar that has ever been made. But if there's one common complaint that I do see with it, when you dial the amp in to have an awesome bridge sound, the neck pickup can sound a little bit dark. The reason for that is because you're going to get a lot of high end and twang out of this bridge. When you go over to the neck pickup, it can sound a little bit muddy with those settings. But here's a tip that you can use to kind of make the best of both worlds. It's going to require you to use the tone knob. Now you want to start off here by dialing in a tone on the amplifier that really works well with the neck pickup specifically. Then, once you switch over to the bridge, I want you to notice if you roll off the tone, it's all good. You're not going to have as aggressive and as a high-end kind of almost piercing treble sound from the bridge pickup. And all of that is cool because you don't need to purchase anything to be able to do that. You just have to get used to using the tone knob on the instrument. And the second thing I want to show you is rolling off the volume on the guitar itself. We did this in the opening demonstration with the Troublemaker. However, it's very effective with single coils as well. So in summary, get to know your rig. Get to know how much taper each volume tone knob has in it, where the sweet spots are, how to get there pretty quickly, and also how to dial in your guitar with your specific amp. Once you have all that stuff done, you really will have a greater connection with your guitar and your rig in general. Things like overdrive pedals, drives, boost, distortions. You'll know all about how it's going to work with your guitar and how to get even more out of those when you do want to go that route, if you ever do want to go that route. That's all I have for you guys today. If you found this enjoyable or useful, feel free to leave a comment, like the video. It really does help as far as exposure to other people who may not have ever seen this channel before. I really do appreciate that. Play your guitar, have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.